the Running Rebels at UNLV. And when you talk Running Rebels, you obviously have to mention the great Jerry Tarkanian and what he has done for this university, the basketball program, what he stands for. Obviously, the towel in the mouth, what he's known for. He's just one of the greats of basketball.
Yeah, he was the program. You know, you got to remember, didn't become a university until the mid-50s. And Nevada Southern back in the day, and he came here and it changed the entire complexion of this city. And unfortunately, they really have never been able to capture the magic since he left.
Roden getting that to fall. Cuts it to single digits now. Coach, obviously, as you know, passing away in 2015. And whistle and a foul.
Yeah.
And what do you think needs to happen for that culture of UNLV to get back to where it once was?
Well, it starts at the top, and I'm not talking about with the coaches. It's more about what the university does to really kind of get the city behind the program. That was part of the issue. They really kind of thought that they could just plug and play and replace a Hall of Fame coach like Jerry Tarkanian, and they could not. I was really thrilled that he was alive, at least to be able to participate in his induction to the Basketball Hall of Fame. That was a great moment, great honor to be there, to support him and his family. And it is sad because I'm a kid who grew up, born and raised here, grew up a huge Running Rebel fan, and wanted to be a part of that. So, I'd love to see the university capture some of that success again, but it's going to be far more difficult now, obviously. But, Kevin Kruger, new coach, Stad Lon did a great job while he was here, so I'm pulling for him and the program.
And when you look at the program, what do you think it's missing?
Well, that's
you were a part of this program.
That's a little.
It's a loaded question.
Loaded question there, and I don't listen. The culture has to change first and foremost. You've got to get the city excited about it, and honestly, it's going to be far more challenging now because of what we talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. Now you've got the Raiders here.
Right.
You've got the Aces here. You've got the Golden Knights, and so. There are other places where the energy can go to, so that creates a little bit more of a different dynamic. But I do think it can happen, and I'll be pulling for Kevin and his coaching staff, and hopefully they can just get to a point where they're, relevant again, and we'll have to see how that goes. Ooh.
Holmgren.
Yeah.
That is a relevant play.
Well, you were asking what has to happen, Megan. We got to get some guys like that. You get a couple of Chet Holmgrens around here. You got a chance to be pretty good.
Playing within himself. 7 points. Murray off 1 foot. Holmgren with the rebound. Again, I know I've said it, but this matchup that we talked about between Murray and Holmgren has really lived up to the hype.
Yeah, I would have liked to see OKC try to incorporate him a little more from an offensive standpoint. Not that you look to have him score, but get him involved. He's such a presence out there. It's going to create so many opportunities for you as a team. But I just love him because he's not a guy that needs the basketball to impact the game, and those kinds of players are so valuable.
And those players are, in a way few and far between, especially when you think of the fact that he was such a integral piece for Gonzaga. And when you have a guy who is, one of the best on the team or the best on their college team, it's tough to change that mindset when you get to the NBA and realize that you may not be the guy on your NBA roster.
The one thing that really helped him going to Gonzaga, and Mark Few has got an incredible program there, is that while he was their most talented player, he wasn't necessarily their best player. He wasn't the guy they focused on from an offensive standpoint. They didn't try to force it to him. They had so many other really talented players that they could play through, which I think is where he's at his best. That's why I felt like he'd be such a good fit for OKC because, you've got guys who are really good with the ball, and Shai Gilgeous and, Josh Giddey. Trey Mann's got a chance to be a solid player as well. And so he can just play to his strengths, the shot blocking, the rebounding, the playmaking. and he's still going to be able to score some, and that's a terrific finish there. Keegan Murray, well, I tell you, I don't know if there's been anybody at Summer League any more impressive than Keegan Murray.
26 now for Murray in this one. Williams. Wiggins. Now, see, this is my question. That is, he kept a pivot foot on the floor. So why was that a travel? But what we saw in the first half was not a travel.
I thought he dragged his foot. And sometimes, too, and you know this, sometimes what happens is the official in their mind assumes, it looked like man kind of tweaked the leg there. That is not a good sign. Let's hope that young man is going to be okay.
We'll take a timeout with them here.